So last week I did a dry pour. It was a dry pour fail, I called it, because the concrete didn't really come out the way I expected it. This week we're going to try to repair that concrete and remedy it to a point where I'm satisfied with the way it looks. So this is Comet Troy, the RV park builder, and I'm on site here at Harmony Ridge RV Park, and let's get right to repairing this concrete. All right, so here we are the next day. We put the primer on yesterday, let it dry overnight, and it's supposed to have a little bit of a sheen to it, and it does actually. I wanted to put 2 coats on. I wanted to put 1 coat on, let it dry, put the second coat on, but the first coat dried and just really absorbed in so quickly. We were able to do the 2 coats kind of at the same time. And I must say it turned out a little bit better than I expected. There was a couple spots where, let me see if I can zoom in, where some of the primer had pooled and it's kind of a rubbery goo. I was able to kind of pick it out with a screwdriver or whatever. So here's one of those spots. And I picked a couple spots out that were on top of the concrete, or picked them off. And so now we're getting ready to put the self-leveler down. So this is what it looks like. It's 50-pound bags. The brand we used is Silica Pro Select. It's a self-leveling underlayment. Polymer modified cementatious. I've never heard that word before. So I believe it's like a mixture of a concrete silica mix with some plastic in it, some polymers to kind of hold everything together, and it's self-leveling, so it's going to be more thinner product. And we did the dry pour here, I guess back in June, and now it's almost October. So see, July, August, September, so over 3 months we've let this cure. So I've decided to, there's a plastic cover that comes with these in-floor drains, but through the power washing and just, for sitting here 3 months, it started making some holes in there. So I'm just going to put some tape over it to keep the floor leveler from going down the drain, so to speak. Pun intended. I've got a gallon pitcher here. We've actually gone an inch higher than what the gallon is. I want to save a little bit of water in case we need to thin it out some more. So I'm going to dump all but like an inch in this bucket. Maybe a little less, so I'm going to leave that much water in there for later. Just going to poke a little hole here, or not. There we go. You probably should have a mask on when you do this to keep the that dust getting in your lungs and eyes isn't a good thing. I think we're good here because it's kind of going away from us. more water. Coming in a little closer so you can see what it kind of looks like here. And get around the outside. And I might have a little bit too much water in there. It seems pretty thin. Yeah, this seems a little, I put that extra water in because I couldn't stir it, but it seems like it's a little too thin now. So I'm going to add a little more from this other bag in there. This seems like a much better consistency now. It's pretty thick. It's like thick like a milkshake, would be the way I would describe it. And this drill is getting really hot. It says not to mix it more than 5 minutes, so I think we're going to call that good. Okay, let's, here it goes. So, we're going to see how this goes. Not really sure.
It's going to go right over the drain.
Got a little bit left here, but I want to... And of course, it's going over the drain, so it's a good thing we put that tape down. think that's pretty good, actually. We'll let gravity do the rest. I'm going to, don't turn it off yet. I have a little bit left in here to when we do this corner. Alright, I guess we'll whip up some more now. Alright, so we used some of this bag on the last batch, so I'm only going to use about half of this. Dump a little bit of this in there. Stir it. Okay, I think we're ready for some more. This would probably be better as a two-person operation. One person stirring and another person dumping the stuff in there. Oh. All right, we got another batch here. Put a little more here in the corner. Fast with this. So I got a little bit of goop in here. I just spread this out here good. starting to harden already. All right, so here we are. We put a layer of primer down. We did some floor leveler in the middle. Use a trowel to spread that out. That actually turned out really well. I'm very pleased with the way that looks. I only had 2 bags of the floor leveler, and I tried to, you know, make that that second batch of floor leveler last on the outside of the middle, and we just ran a little too short. So I went back and got another bag of floor leveler. So we're going to put some more primer down on the outside. There's some rocks over here that are kind of stuck in some of this top coat. I'm going to use a shovel to hopefully, you know, crack those off of there, and then put some primer down, and then I'm going to put some floor leveler around the outside. Got a couple lessons learned as well. When I was mixing up the floor leveler, I had just a regular household battery operated drill that was severely underpowered, and it actually started smoking. I mean, it got really hot, almost too hot to touch, and smoke was coming from it. And you know, my biggest fear was that that drill would die, you know, before I got the mix all mixed up and able to put it on. Unfortunately, it didn't die, but the drill is pretty much useless now. It just doesn't work anymore. So I ended up buying just a corded drill, a 1/2-inch corded drill, just a cheapo one I could find to do the next mix. And if you're gonna mix, I would have a second backup drill ready and waiting, you know, in case the first one dies. So that would be a pro tip. And the other lesson learned is when I put that second coat on, or that second bucket, I went and I dumped it all out first around the outside, and then started troweling it. I figured I could kind of trowel it quick enough to get all the way around, but you know, by the time I got to the last part I poured out, it was already getting hard. So the lesson learned there is, you know, only dump out what you can trowel at a time, and do multiple dumps from the bucket. So that's what we're going to do in this next pour. I'm just going to do, you know, the corners, the side, you know, probably do 6 or 7 different pours out of the same bucket, spread it, you know, go to the next one, so on and so forth. So those are 2 lessons learned, you know, the drill, and then, you know, dumping too much out at a time. So let's get that primer down. This stuff is going on a lot better than on the first time on the raw concrete. All right, we put the primer on yesterday and have a new drill here for the mixing solution. Have a backup drill. We got another bag of self-leveling concrete, and we're gonna put a second coat of floor leveler on here. The middle I'm real happy with. The outside I'm going to try to build up a little bit more. And one of the other changes I'm going to do is I'm just going to dump out a little bit at a time instead of dumping the whole batch out. I'm just gonna dump what I can spread. So those are the improvements I'm hoping to make for this this application. Well, that was 3 bags of self-leveling compound. I probably could have done a 4th bag. I'm not looking for perfection here. Just wanted to make it a little bit better, a little bit smoother. I wanted to get rid of all the rough, rocky parts on top. You know, seal the stones in, and as far as I'm concerned, I've accomplished that. And I think we're going to call this good as far as the self-leveling goes. I did buy some epoxy floor paint to go on here next. So that's the final coat we're going to put on here with some flakes. And I'm not sure if you put a sealer over the top of that or whatever, but kind of wanted to get all the floor done before I start putting the sides up. Just figured it'd be a little bit easier that way. I know it's unconventional, but it is what it is. And you know, I did have some concerns The floor leveler and the epoxy paint, that's all indoor only. So I don't think, you know, having this stuff exposed to the sun for a day or two is going to hurt it until, you know, I get the sides up and that. So, but I guess we'll see. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something. If you did, ring the bell, comment, like, and subscribe so you get notifications of future videos. And I will see you in the next video.